Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Monday morning assembly. I'm going to start today by reading you a story. It's called The King's New Gift. It was King Frederick's birthday, and even though he was king, just like most people on their birthday, King Frederick was excited. I wonder what presents I'll get, said King Frederick to himself. I hope they are better than last year's. Last year I got a golden egg cup from Lord Chamberlain. I don't even like boiled eggs. And I got a special hand-knitted cosy for my crown to keep it warm, and some special writing paper with my picture on it, which I had to use to write all my thank you letters on. No, I just hope there's something a little bit more interesting. After a royal breakfast, at which all the servants had wished him a happy birthday, and the royal cook had made a special birthday pancake with "Happy Birthday, Your Majesty" on it in maple syrup, the trumpeters blew a fanfare and King Frederick's presents were brought in. Wonder what he's going to get. The king unwrapped them one by one, and he was very excited. Well, he was until he unwrapped the first pair of socks knitted in royal blue with a crown motif on the side. And he wasn't quite so excited when he unwrapped the mug with "King Frederick's coffee mug" written on the side. Nor was he very excited when he opened the present, which turned out to be a hot water bottle with its own carry case, embroidered with his royal coat of arms. Eventually, King Frederick had opened all his presents except one. There was just one left, and it lay on the table. King Frederick picked it up. I wonder what it is, he thought to himself. Curious. King Frederick unwrapped the present. He held it up and turned it to his servant. It's magnificent, said the king, still holding it up high in the air. It's truly magnificent. And then he added, what is it? It's a flute, Your Majesty, said the servant. A flute. I see, said King Frederick. How exciting! A flute. I have never had one of those before. This is wonderful. I know what I shall do. I shall place it on a special royal cushion, and I shall look at it every day. That's exactly what I shall do. I would hate to get it dirty. But just a moment, Your Majesty, said one servant. Aren't you going to pick it up and play it? I beg your pardon, said the king. Aren't you going to play it? That's what you're supposed to do with a flute. Oh no, said the king. I've never played a flute before. I don't know what to do. I've no idea. It all sounds a bit scary. No, I don't think I'll do that. I shall just leave it on its royal cushion where it can't get dirty. But Your Majesty, continued the servant, it would be such a shame for you to leave it sat on a cushion, because you can play such wonderful music on it. I see, said King Frederick. And how do I do that? Well, explained the servant, you have to blow into it. Oh, no, said the king. No, I'm not doing that. I've never done that before. I might get it all wrong, and then people would laugh at me. No, I'm definitely not going to do that. What will I do? I'll just leave it on its royal cushion so I can look at it, and then I can be sure it will never get dirty and no one will laugh at me. But the servant had more to say. But Your Majesty, that flute will let you play beautiful music. Now you might not be able to manage it straight away, but if you practice, you would be able to do it, I'm sure. Practice? Whatever do you mean? Said King Frederick, most surprised. Well, practice, you know. Keep trying to play your flute every day, practicing scales and simple tunes, and as you get better, longer and more difficult pieces. If you practiced every day, I'm sure you can do it. You're very talented, sir. Oh, no, said King Frederick, shaking his head. I certainly don't like the sound of that. Practice every day? Oh, sounds like an awful lot of hard work to me. No, my mind is made up. I will leave my flute on its royal cushion. That way it won't get dirty. I won't have to try blowing into it. People won't laugh if I get it wrong, and I won't have lots of practice to do. My new flute will stay on its royal cushion. And indeed it did. And I'm told that if you go to the palace today, King Frederick's flute still lies untouched and unplayed on its royal cushion. Now that's a bit sad really, isn't it, for a musical instrument to stay inside a palace unplayed. The king, like us, was facing a new challenge, but it was a new opportunity. He was going to be able to learn to play a new instrument, and even though it would be hard work, and he might get it wrong sometimes, his servant was encouraging him because they knew that if he kept going, if he persevered to learn to play, that it could bring him much happiness. So, that brings us back to our school value of perseverance. Sometimes something new takes us that bit longer to get a grip of, or it might be something that we've been trying hard with for quite a long time and we still haven't got to where we want to with it. But our value encourages us to keep going, to persevere. And what I hope is that people around you encourage you to persevere too. Just like the servant who said, "Oh, go on, sir, I think you'll be good at it. Why don't you try?" We sometimes, when things challenge us, need other people to remind us to persevere and to keep going too. Which brings me towards the end of the assembly. But what I've been really missing, not having you all at school, is the singing part of our assembly. Now, I'm not going to sing this morning, but there is going to follow a short video with Bruno Mars with a song about not giving up and keep going. So I hope you enjoy listening to it. Maybe you'll play it back a few times and learn to sing it. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.